If you master the basic cooking techniques, you can build your confidence, cooking skills and repertoire.
Cooking is so easy once you understand the basics.
And there's no better teacher than legendary Michelin-starred chef Raymond Blanc.
I feel like Picasso. Not quite.
He wants to share what he's learnt in his professional kitchen.
What is my reaction? Gives flavor, color and taste to the food.
To help you achieve incredible results at home.
That's kind of dish you will remember all of your life.
Raymond will reveal the secrets behind the simple techniques at the heart of every dish.
If you go too high, you burn it. If you go too slow, nothing happens, it goes beige. Like English cuisine 40 years ago.
From baking to roasting, poaching to frying, barbecuing and slow cooking.
Oh la la, and I mean oh la la.
And all in his own unique way.
De dormir avec toi.
Raymond Blanc taught himself to cook. Now he will teach you.
What I promise to give you is a deep understanding of what's happening in your saucepan, in your oven. And these techniques will help you become a better cook.
Frying is the best cooking technique to get fast, tasty results using fat as a cooking medium. When executed well, using the right fats and the right cooking times, it produces delicious food.
Frying is a wonderful little technique. Either pan frying, deep frying, or stir frying. And it's quite a quick process. So you crisp up the food, color it as well, give it wonderful flavor and texture. The smell in the kitchen is heavenly.
A good start to understanding this technique is with a simple pork chop. Pan frying is perfect for lean meat as it cooks quickly, giving a succulent quality, as in this first recipe, pork chop and sauté potatoes.
This dish really will illustrate so brilliantly the simple art of pan frying. Pan frying is a remarkably simple way of cooking and is able to extract the very best of the food. You only pan fry tender cuts. To cook, you need a good produce. Why is it a good pig? Nice mix of fat, lean meat, deep color, rich, free range, and of course tasty. I'm going to cut my pork chop. Voilà. The black pepper, 20 grams of butter. What I'm really interested is really to ensure the butter browns beautifully. The heat must be medium. If it's too high, you'll burn the butter. And you can hear it, gentle. It's not aggressive, it's not sharp. 500 grams of cold mass into a hot pan. That means the butter will lower down. So I put the butter pressure a little bit higher to regain the momentum of the heat. All these beautiful juices from the pork chop are going to sip right away through the bottom of the pan and caramelize and brown beautifully, creating that amazing jus. Yes, lovely color, beautiful, so appetizing.
4 minutes of gentle frying on each side will give the chops a tasty brown crust, while the inside is perfectly tender.
And here, we're going to rest the meat a little bit. By resting it, you're relaxing it more tender.
While the chops are resting, use their juices in the pan for the base of a simple sauce.
Here you've got the juices which have leaked out, the essences of this pork chop, of this divine animal. It's gone here, solidifying with the heat. Doesn't look sexy at the moment, but you wait.
Just splash in water to transform the juices.
And you got that lovely nose. Look at that color, fantastic. Solid particles at the bottom are melting down, giving color and flavor and divine pork experience. You can put a bit of sage if you want to, a bit more flavor at the end. Sage and pork are traditional friends, they love each other.
As the sauce gently reduces, prepare the sautéed potatoes. Diced peeled potatoes have been soaking in water. This draws out the starch and will make the potato crispy when pan-fried.
Okay, I'm going to blanch them for about 1 minute only. Now I let the steam get out of my potatoes, okay, so they're very dry when I pan fry them.
The potatoes are fried in deep yellow rapeseed oil. It's full of nutrients with an earthy, nutty taste, and when heated, it has a far higher burning point than butter or olive oil, so will give the potatoes a crispy, golden skin.
And one single layer as well, that's where you can achieve optimal browning deliciousness. So there's a bit of seasoning. Voilà. Okay.
Finally, the potatoes are mixed with a knob of butter and persillade, a French seasoning of chopped shallot, garlic and parsley. Tossing the potatoes is known as sautéing them.
And that's ready to serve. Place the potatoes in the middle of the plate. That's perfect. Then you got that gorgeous pork chops here. Wrap it up in its own juices. Then you got that, what we call the jus. And that is divine. That is absolutely divine. Just put it on a little bit. That is wonderful.
2 basic ingredients elevated by the simple technique of frying.
Adam?
Oui, chef.
Let's have a little bit of a British pork. Beautiful. Very most. The big one is for you.
Is it?
The big one, that's the one.
Thank you, chef.
Did your mum cook the dishes like that for you, Adam?
Maybe with mash.
Go and have a big
With
boy.
mash, yeah.
What you're eating, yes, that's what every French family will eat at least 3 or 4 times a week. Nobody seems to be fed up with it.
Like the steak and chips.
Yeah, absolutely. Nothing wrong with that. The French invented it. Of course. I like to tease Adam.
Successful frying is all about length of time in the pan. The ingredients need to be in for long enough to cook perfectly, but not so long they burn. A delicate dish to showcase the fastest frying technique is this stir-fried salad.
I've got all these vegetables from my garden, and I'm going to do a very beautiful, simple salad, which can be turned on its head to become a quick stir fry. So the vegetables barely have time to cook. You keep the taste, you keep the texture, the flavor, the colors, you win all the way. Okay, so let's go.
Any vegetables will work in this dish, but the secret is how they are chopped. To ensure they cook evenly, delicate leaves go in whole, but chunky veg is finely sliced.
That's a big radish, beautiful. Oh my God.
To give this dish an Asian twist, use radish, pak choi, Chinese leaf, and shiitake mushrooms.
Then some salad leaves. So now, all what I've got to do is my dressing. Very simple. It's an interesting dressing. It's a very much Asian-led dressing, okay?
The dressing is a zingy blend of sweet and savory. Finally, grate garlic and ginger and chop in chili.
So now we're going to add lime juice. So, of course, acidity. One way to get your lime juice complete, a bit in water. Dip it in water and get all your lime juice.
Use water to moisten the lime's flesh to draw out the juice.
A lot of flavor as well. And they're so tart. Voila.
Finish off the dressing with grated palm sugar,
Ooh la la.
a dash of soy sauce, sesame oil, and toasted sesame seeds.
Okay, so you have your dressing here. All of it.
Finally, a sprinkling of fresh mint and coriander for fragrance.
Voila. Wonderful flavors. If you love your chili, of course, put double. Ooh. We've got a lovely salad here. But this salad, I'm going to turn it on its head and make it a wonderful stir fry in 1 minute. So I use a deep pan.
Rapeseed oil is again the perfect partner for stir frying.
Voila. That's the noise I want to hear. And I'm going to stir it very quickly. Just with them and add a bit of water to simmer. Voilà. C'est parfait. Really lovely. Very simple. Voilà. It took exactly about 40 seconds, no more. It's all just wilted. Okay, so look at these beautiful vegetables. And the flavors, believe me, would be absolutely stunning. Okay, a little bit of jus. Voilà. Just pour it over.
Pomegranate seeds, sesame seeds, and freshly chopped mint and coriander add more texture to this vibrant salad.
The heat has partly cooked and softened the vegetables. It has increased the flavors. It has merged all the flavors together as well, reinvents them, makes them stronger, makes them sing. Taste, of course, everything. Lovely, wonderful little flavors. I love it. The dish goes bing, bing, it goes that way, a bit that way, and they last. Very warm, very lengthy. It's the freshest way to fry. It takes away the idea that actually pan frying is a guilty pleasure. Doesn't have to be at all.
Frying is a quick and versatile technique. Make friends with your pan and a little fat, and you can easily turn a great ingredient into a mouth-watering dish. This next recipe does just that. A crispy skinned sea bass with a red wine jus, served on a pillow of mash.
Pan frying is really the perfect technique to cook fish, okay, and to keep it moist and crispy outside and delicious. I have beautiful sea bass. So I'm going to score the fish, which is very important because the thermic shock with the heat will curl up the flesh completely. So by doing so, you help the heat to penetrate and minimize the curling. Voila. A good pat dry, no moisture, very important. So the drier the skin is, the easier it is to pan fry. What I want to achieve here is that lovely, crusty fish crackling, so to speak. So I will do a very quick little red wine juice.
This jus can be prepared in advance. Finely dice shallots, chop mushrooms, crush garlic, and add star anise.
That's plenty. If I put all that, it's going to kill my dish. A little bit of butter. That's all what you need. Gentle sizzling nose.
With the butter melted, add the chopped ingredients.
Yeah. And the star anise. Très bien. And I cook them down as well. So now?
Add red wine and reduce.
Voila. And you can do a little mushroom stock if you want to. Oh, quel plaisir. Très bien. I want to put a tiny bit of butter, just to enrich it.
Strain to separate the liquid.
Push it in, look. I'd like to show my jus. So with that beautiful jus, shiny, deep, rich. It's rather special. So I can cook my sea bass. So a little bit of oil. So I'm going to use a bit of sunflower oil, totally neutral. You don't want it smoked, but I can see the fluidity of the oil, and I know it's about the right temperature. Put the thicker part. It's a very fresh fish. So the muscles start to work out with the heat and start to work and curl up a bit. Don't panic, let it be. Of course, the flesh is not happy. The heat is coming through. Let it 1 minute, then after, what you do? Press. Pressing it, voila, it will stay flat.
Frying gently on a medium heat will cook the flesh through at the same time as crisping the skin. A higher heat would sear the outside, leaving the flesh rare.
This fillet of fish will take about 6 to 7 minutes to crisp up the skin. So what you do is been seasoned, just a few seconds. Look at that gorgeous, beautiful crisp. These colors are so appetizing. And that's ready.
Serve on a bed of mashed potato with a halved langoustine and warm seaweed salad.
And then you have that lovely jus. You put a little bit here.
Perfectly cooked sea bass with a rich red wine jus.
Perfect. Beautiful color. Crunchiness, just really beautiful glacé. Delicious. Simple and delicious.
Over 29 years running his Oxfordshire restaurant Le Manoir aux Quatre Saisons, Raymond has taken hundreds of chefs under his wing, many of them going on to open their own award-winning restaurants.
Hello, hello. Oh, yes,
Today, he's visiting former head chef Aggie Sverrisson.
give me a big hug.
Yeah, come on.
Oh, my God. That's a big hug.
He opened his Michelin-starred Mayfair restaurant in 2007. Icelandic Aggie uses techniques and ingredients from Scandinavia with all he learnt from his mentor Raymond. The result is stunning cuisine. Aggie introduces Raymond to one of his star dishes, a rather unusual appetizer, crispy fish skin.
Dried skins here.
You know, when I look at that, it feels like being in a museum. It's a dead dinosaurs and beautiful.
Dried fish skin is hugely popular in Iceland, but Aggie makes it his own by deep frying it in sunflower oil to add volume and crispness.
So, which fish, can you see that one?
Cod skins
Cod skin, yeah.
and salmon skins. See.
Oh, lovely.
Key is to have it very hot. See how they puff out?
Yeah, yeah. Lovely. It becomes very crispy. It puffs out. It puffs out because of the moisture inside, does it?
Correct.
Correct, eh? It's amazing how it changes the texture so completely.
Unbelievably.
Did you have a big problem in selling it to your British clients?
It's a love-hate relationship. You either love it or you hate it.
Aggie now turns his attention to a succulent piece of Icelandic cod. Raymond used pan frying to give a great crisp to his sea bass's skin. Aggie uses the same technique to give his fish's flesh some bite.
To get it nice and crispy on one side, I cook it 90% on one side. The reason being is I want to have it nice, lovely, crispy on one side and soft on the other side.
How long?
About 4 or 5 minutes.
Aggie doesn't turn the fish in the pan.
Getting there very soon.
Instead, he cooks the other side under the grill.
Okay, the cod, I'm taking it out now. Okay, off the pan. Just gonna put the oil over here. Just let it rest here for 1 minute, and we are there.
The cod sits on a bed of avocado puree and quinoa salad and is dressed with chorizo, cob nuts, and a herby olive oil.
It's a lovely style of food, Aggie. Really lovely.
You see how nice, fresh, and clean they look?
I like that very much. Can we taste it?
Please.
Oh, lovely flake. I like to see that. Oh, Aggie, you are a genius. Look how shiny and beautiful it is. Perfect flakes of cod.
Nice.
Let's taste it now. That is really lovely, Aggie. But the deep frying is really interesting, and I love those skins. They go so well with it.
The cod skins, yeah, beautiful.
And all mixed really very nicely. Really lovely. Lovely food. Thank you very much. Really thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.
To Iceland. And to Eastern.
Fish skin isn't the only unusual ingredient that can be deep fried. Almost anything can be transformed this way. After his visit to Aggie, Raymond is in his own kitchen garden, collecting gems for his next dish. A tempura, deep-fried flowers and vegetables in a light Japanese batter.
Look at this beautiful funnel. It's absolutely stunning. It's bigger than me, eh? Bigger than you, John, as well. You see that? To me, I love that funnel and its flavor. It's fantastic. Oh, the smell is incredible. Look at that. Beautiful, are they? Those are chrysanthemum flowers. The young ones are more tender. The garden is always full of little treasures. I think the idea of putting one's garden on a plate is, for a gardener or as a chef, is the most fantastic thing, that things that you've just collected a few minutes before. All these wonderful collections of vegetables and herbs are going to deep fry them, do a tempura. This is the Japanese batter. Our batters are richer. The whole idea of tempura and deep frying is to create a crispy outside and very moist inside. First, you do your batter. That is a tempura flour, which is made of wheat starch, okay, rice flour and flour, okay, with a tiny bit of egg as well, dried eggs inside, and a tiny little bit of baking powder. All the ingredients have got to be cold. So with ice water, water is very important. The ice water, the coldness is very important because it's going to thicken tempura. Then you got ice to make sure it's very cold. For a number of reasons. First, I get a much thicker batter. If it's warm water, it will be thinner. I don't want to have it smooth. Like most Western batters, I want that batter to be not smooth at all.
If the batter's too thin, it won't stick to the food.
You can see it here. That's the texture I'm looking for.
Deep frying often conjures up thoughts of heavy, greasy, fast food, but it's perfect for delicate ingredients like these, giving them a light, crisp, tasty coating.
In order to get actually a crispier batter, I'm going to just dip in a bit of flour, okay? So the tempura will stick better.
First in, an edible flower, a chrysanthemum.
Voila.
The deep frying sunflower oil needs to be hot enough to seal the tempura coating, so the food inside is cooked through but protected. 190 degrees is ideal. If the temperature's too low, the batter will absorb the fat, leaving the ingredients soggy and greasy.
With a very thin tempura on the top, perfect coating, light, very crispy. That's ready now. It's a little bit of fun, a bit of an adventure of discovery. Our textures, our vegetables, herbs behave. It's exciting. So we've got a nice, tender piece of fennel here. I can smell the fennel from here. It's amazing how the fennel flavor comes through here. When it stops to sizzle, it starts to brown, okay? And when it starts browning, that's not what you want. You want a lovely, white, crispy flavor. You don't want hardly any browning here. Okay, that's ready. Oh, look at that. All these small little vegetables, the way they cut, will only take 1.5 minutes to cook, roughly.
Deep frying can be done just as successfully in a wok or any deep pan. If batch cooking, the food should be cut to even-sized pieces to ensure it's all cooked through at the same time.
Not only do you have a fantastic still life here, beautiful colors and textures, but my God, the taste is going to be absolutely special. To try this one first. Okay, so listen to that. I love to hear that sound. It's a lovely sound.
The light tempura works beautifully when the kale is dipped in a spicy, sweet and sour sauce.
And that's why you put that in that little bit of moist. It's beautiful, delicate. The bitterness is gone. It's been tamed by my tempura. I want to try the fennel. It's amazing how the anise flavors is still there, and it's lovely. Of course, it's a feast for the eyes, but mostly, of course, as a chef, what I'm looking for, taste, textures, flavors, and I've got them all here. Fantastic.
The tempura has demonstrated how frying can give a dish the lightest of touches. This next recipe goes a step further. An indulgent dessert of pan-fried soufflé served on a crepe, drenched in a tipsy orange butter. One of Raymond's oldest and most loved tastes of home.
This dish is very dear to me, simply because it's a soufflé which is pan-fried over a pancake, served with a Suzette sauce, and it is really delicious.
The first step is to make the base the soufflé will rest on, a thin and buttery pancake. The pancake batter is a mixture of egg, sugar, milk, flour, and pureed vanilla.
That makes a difference. We're going to fry it to a perfect hazelnut color. I'll show you. Oh, voila. And I pour it in, and that will give that amazing, wonderful taste. And also it will prevent the pancake to stick. Look at that, what's happening. It's absolutely marvelous. And I can smell the beautiful brown batter that I put inside here. I can smell it.
Fry the pancake for 40 seconds on each side.
Très bien.
While the pancake cools, make the pièce de résistance, the soufflé.
We don't actually pan-fry it as such. It's a bit like the pancake. We place it into the frying pan, pan-fry it to cook the bottom, and we finish it off under the grill. So it's crispy on both sides, and it has really seriously risen. It's fluffy, melting, and delicious.
For the soufflé, 2 egg yolks and 2 tablespoons of water go into a bowl.
What I'm going to do is to partly cook my egg yolk. Not cook it completely because it will be coagulated and scrambled. What I want to do is to put air into it, lots of air.
This foamy mixture is called a sabayon. This alone is often used as a creamy sauce for desserts. But in the soufflé, it's what will make it rich, light and airy when combined with the egg whites. When heated, the sabayon should reach 85 degrees.
So that's cooked. So that is my base. Okay, very, very light base. I'm going to add a bit of Grand Marnier into it, which will cool it down and, of course, give it flavor. And that's that. I'll leave it to cool down now, which will take about 5 minutes to 10 minutes. Now I'm going to do my egg white.
To the egg whites, add a drop of lemon before whisking.
That's all what you need, look. I'm bringing billions of little bubbles of air inside, and the bigger, the lighter my soufflé will be. So then I add my sugar when it starts to coagulate. About 30 grams, that's all. Okay, so that's exactly what I want. A peak which is really totally smooth, you can see it. No graining whatsoever, and a lovely strong peak. So, here we are.
To the cooled sabayon mixture, add 1/3 of the whisked egg whites.
And just lighten the base, that's all. And then
In goes the rest.
Then after, just quickly, voila, and then after you fold. Don't try to overmix. If you overmix, the more bubbles of air you lose, the more lightness you lose. That is good. No more. Don't try. That's perfect.
Butter a small pan to stop the soufflé sticking and sprinkle over icing sugar. This will form a crust when cooked. Then spoon in the soufflé mixture.
So here we are. I'm going to fill up nicely. Voilà. Okay, très bien.
Another dusting of icing sugar will give the soufflé a beautiful brown coating when heated.
A minute on the stove. That's when you'll have a beautiful crust underneath. The heat, of course, is coming from the bottom. It's crusting up, caramelizing, browning the base. It's all about really controlling your heat, absolutely. And now, yes, it is ready now. Okay, it has risen a little bit. Okay, so I'm finishing it off on the grill.
The soufflé will cook gently under the grill for a further minute. The pancake will soak in an orange butter sauce, which can be made in advance. Heat sugar and add butter.
With the butter, I stop the cooking. At the same time, the butter is going to emulsify the caramel. Look what's happening. It's marvelous. I'm going to add the orange juice.
Allow the sauce to reduce and then leave to cool.
So what I'm going to do is just dip the pancake, okay, into my lovely orange caramel. Then I'm going to get my soufflé. So that should be, so I will just dip it. Voila. Just a little bit of the beautiful caramel.
This stunning dessert should be enjoyed immediately, because after 5 minutes, the perfectly purred soufflé will start to sink.
Voilà. So let's taste. So look at that. The soufflé is barely cooked inside, as it should be. So now, she's rather lovely. It's very mellow, it's like snowflakes, just melting down. There's no thickness, there's no very little sugar, very little sweetness. And it's lovely.